It is the undisputed icon of the holidays. Simple, striped, and minty. But creating this shape...
The recipe is simple: sugar, water, and corn syrup. But the chemistry is complex. The rate...
It is boiled to exactly 320 degrees Fahrenheit. This is the hard crack stage. Any cooler and
The molten batch is poured onto water-cooled steel tables. At this stage, it is transparent amber, looking nothing like a candy cane.
Now, the flavor. Strong peppermint oil is added. The heat vaporizes some of it, filling the entire factory with the scent of Christmas.
Workers fold the molten blob repeatedly. This tempering process ensures the sugar cools evenly, so it creates a pliable skin.
A small portion of the amber sugar is cut off and set aside. This small piece will eventually become the red stripes.
Red dye is kneaded into the smaller piece. This ruby blob is kept warm on a heater so it doesn't harden yet.
Notice that the main batch is still clear amber. No white dye is added. So how does it become brilliant white? The answer is air.
The batch enters the pulling machine. It stretches the sugar over and over, trapping millions of tiny air bubbles inside.
As air is whipped in, the refraction of light changes. The amber sugar transforms into a silky, brilliant...
The aerated white sugar forms the core of the cane. It is shaped into a massive loaf, weighing nearly 100 pounds.
Now for the stripes. The worker stretches the red candy into strips and presses them directly onto the outside of the white loaf.
We now have a massive 100-pound cylinder with straight red lines. It's hot, heavy, and ready for the extruder.
The batch roller keeps the candy warm and spinning. It tapers the giant log down, forcing it through a small hole at the end.
A continuous rope of sugar emerges. Sizing wheels ensure it is exactly the right diameter for a standard candy cane. Here is the secret. A twisting machine grabs the rope and spins it, turning the straight red lines into the famous spiral helix. A flying knife cuts the rope into precise stick lengths. At this stage, they are just straight peppermint sticks.
They must keep rolling as they cool. If they sit still for even a second, gravity will flatten one side, ruining the round shape.
Broken pieces are removed, but they aren't wasted. They are melted down and reused in the next batch of peppermint syrup.
The sticks are still slightly warm. The Keller machine grabs each one and bends the top over a curved die to create the crook.
A final blast of cool air sets the shape. The sugar crystallizes, turning from soft putty into the hard, brittle candy we know.
Moisture is the enemy. To prevent them from getting sticky, they are immediately shrink-wrapped in cellophane.
Robots nest them in an up-down pattern. This packing method prevents the delicate hooks from snapping during shipping.
They are incredibly fragile. Despite automated packing, nearly 20% of candy canes break before they ever reach a Christmas tree.
In the US alone, 1.7 billion candy canes are made each year.
While peppermint red and white is king, factories now produce blueberry, sour apple, and even pickle-flavored canes.
Boutique shops still pull them by hand, resulting in a thicker, glossier finish. But for mass scale, the Keller machine is unbeatable.
The crushed bits and dust aren't wasted. They are often sold as peppermint sprinkle for ice cream and hot cocoa toppings. From a boiling copper kettle to your living room, the journey takes less than an hour, but the tradition lasts forever.
Legend says the hook was invented by a German choirmaster in 1670 to keep children quiet during long church services.
The shine comes from the lack of water. By boiling out almost all moisture, the sugar structure aligns to reflect light perfectly.
Sugar is hygroscopic. It absorbs water from the air. That's why unwrapped canes get sticky and ruin the furniture.
For novelty gifts, factories make supersized canes. These are tool-heavy for machines and must be pulled and twisted entirely by hand. Ironically, millions of perfect canes are crushed immediately to create peppermint bark, a mix of chocolate and candy shards.
Modern factories use vacuum cookers. This removes water at lower temperatures, keeping the sugar clearer and brighter than open kettles.
Cheaper brands skip the air pulling process and just add titanium dioxide white pigment, but true connoisseurs can taste the difference in texture.
Production runs year-round, but shipping peaks in November.
If they aren't on shelves by December 1st, they won't sell.
On December 26th, the value drops to zero. They become the cheapest candy on earth, destined for clearance bins.
Its final destiny is often melting into a cup of hot cocoa, adding minty sweetness to the chocolate.
Sugar burns are notoriously dangerous because the sticky liquid clings to skin. Workers wear Kevlar sleeves for protection.
A quality cane should snap cleanly. If it bends, it wasn't cooked to the full hard crack temperature. Different brands have signature stripe patterns. Some use 3 thin lines, others use 1 thick band. It's like a trademark.
If the sugar cools too fast, the rope snaps or knots. The line must be stopped and cleaned with hot water.
At the end of the shift, the entire factory is hosed down with boiling water to dissolve the layers of sticky sugar dust.
Sugar is abrasive. It eats into gears and bearings. Maintenance crews work nightly to keep the twisting machines running.
The vast majority of the world's supply comes from a single town, Bryan, Ohio, the candy cane capital of the world.
Because they are pure boiled sugar with 0 water content, a wrapped candy cane can theoretically last for years without spoiling.
Every batch is tasted. The peppermint must be strong enough to cool your mouth, but not so strong it burns like toothpaste.
Old wrappers were impossible to remove. New ultrasonic sealing creates an easy peel edge, solving the biggest holiday frustration.
There is something mathematically satisfying about the spiral. It's visual ASMR, creating a sense of infinite motion.
Dentists call it job security. The combination of hard, sugar-cracking teeth and sticky residue is a dental nightmare.
Sugar behaves exactly like molten glass. Artists use candy canes to blow edible bubbles and sculptures.
Under pressure, the crystal lattice shatters explosively. It's brittle, hard, and messy.
No stocking is complete without one. It is the universal gap filler for Christmas presents.
At full tilt, a single machine wraps 500 canes a minute. That's 8 per second.
Heat, air, twist, and cool. A simple cycle that produces a complex sweet.
And finally, the sharp point. As you suck on it, it inevitably turns into a dangerously sharp sugar shiv.
Be honest, do you actually eat them? Or do they just sit on your tree until January? Vote in the comments.
From the sugar inferno to your holiday home. Thanks for watching In the Factory. Hit subscribe for more satisfying secrets.